Just name one person that they fought and call Vic Moore. I like to hear it.
Grandmaster Moore, I got to ask you this. I have to ask you this. I got to ask you about Frank Dux. Hey guys, in this part of the interview with Grandmaster Vic Moore, I'm going to try to find out the Frank Dux connection because you hear different things related to their history. And anything related to Frank, there's always like a mystery involved. His book, by the way, is called The Secret Man, probably for good reason. Frank Dux, of course, is the undefeated heavyweight Kumite champion and the person that the film Bloodsport was based off of.
All right, Frankie.
Well, by the way, check out the description in the video below. You can find out more about Vic Moore if you want to follow him on Facebook. There's also links to cool things like this ring, for example, Kusanagi Masashagi, the Samurai of Loyalty. Anyway, if you want more information or get a cool ring like this, it's in the description below, along with all the other things that I personally vouch for and think that can benefit you, such as getting your testosterone checked for $1. Guys, might as well get that checked if you're not going to the doctor and getting your physical. So anyway, there's also links to books I recommend, like Sheldon Lettich's latest From Vietnam to Van Damme, going over all kinds of cool history related to Bloodsport and Double Impact and Lionheart and a lot of other stuff. Of course, Frank Dux is mentioned in that book as they did have a history back in the day. So check the description in the video and you'll see all kinds of cool links and information about stuff. But now, let's get to the video.
Nowadays, everybody's a master.
Who's the master? Sheldon! Who's the master? Sheldon! Who's the master?
Young kids is a grandmaster, 12 and 13 years old. Guys been in karate for 10 or 20 years. Everybody's a grandmaster. Everybody's a world champion. Everybody's a grand national champion for 5, 10, 20 years. Who in the world did they fight? Who did all these champions you see on the internet nowadays? That's so many champions, 10 grand national champions, 5 world champions, this and that and that. Stop, hold it. Internet people, stop and ask them, who did they fight? Where did they fight? Where was these tournaments at? When? What year was this? This year, that year? No, they can't answer that. They can't name not one person that they fought. They can't name not one tournament.
You may not wish to fight me now, sucker, but you will. I'm gonna see to that.
They can't even name the year. But all these grand national champions now, oh, everybody's a grand national champion. Everybody's a grandmaster. Everybody done taught so many thousands of karate people. How many darn karate people was in your dojo? Where did you learn? When did you teach all these thousands of people karate? Just name one person that they fought and call Vic Moore. I like to hear it.
Grandmaster Moore, I got to ask you this. I have to ask you this. I got to ask you about Frank Dux.
Meet Frank Dux, the first American to win the Kumite, a deadly martial arts competition where the only rule is to win.
And his so-called fights.
Yeah, I don't know anything about him. Frank Dux is my friend.
I like him too.
Dux.
But people will question his fight record because of they were underground fights.
I think a lot of Frank Dux fight and my buddy is exaggerated, because if he had to fall up under my questions, my ruling, name one, name where, name who,
He'll say, oh, you can't name anybody he fought. I said, really? There's Vic Moore, Fred Brewster. I mean, I can name the names.
You should have some kind of recommendation, a record, newspaper, magazines or so. Vic Moore, you beat Bruce Lee? Yes, I beat Bruce Lee.
Where Bruce Lee did a demonstration with a guy named Vic Moore. And contrary to what people say on the internet, so Vic actually won the contest. It was a test of speed between the two of them. It just gives you an idea how history can be distorted in a way. And maybe that's one of the reasons I've had problems in the past, because I do know the truth and everyone wants to keep me quiet,
Because there's some part of the video that shows me beating him, blocking his punches. No, you don't see my punches that I threw at Bruce Lee. That's cut. You don't even see it. You don't see us sparring and me beating him. Well, do you think this contest was just one-sided? Just the punches that Bruce Lee threw? That's it. That's it. What about the punches I threw? What about us sparring? Why y'all cut that out? But we know possibly there's somebody that got the video of it.
We need to see
and
that
they
video.
just don't know what they got.
Let me ask you this,
They don't know
Grandmaster
what they
Moore,
got.
though. Grandmaster Moore, let me ask you this, because people know you have like an association with Frank Dux. Like, can you confirm the story? And this relates back to the Black Dragons and all that, and Robert Trias, and because you hear so many different stories. So, like, I think Frank Dux said you and him actually sparred back in the day when he was like 14. Is that true?
I didn't have
You still got it.
Oh man, I miss it. Oh, yeah. This is the man who made me. And he gave me a shot when I was like 13 years old, and then again at 17.
Yeah.
You know, so cut my teeth on with this guy.
No, that's an exaggeration. That comes from a movie we possibly wanted to make, and we were looking at what's that? Steven Seagal. Anyway, there was a movie that was showing a black guy and a white guy fighting, and go back and come back, different ones, like that, to make an interesting movie. No, we never fought, but he's my friend,
Oh, you guys never sparred at all, though?
We have. No.
Okay.
Frank Dux happened to be one of those young guys that I took a liking to after getting him a little spanking there. And next year he comes back with improvement. And I like that.
Well, how'd you meet him? Did you meet him through like the Black Dragon Society then?
I was at a Hall of Fame type thing, and we sat and we ate together and whatnot, and we had good conversations and we talked about some ventures and whatnot, and I've shown him some techniques and whatnot. Basically, that's the extent of it, I don't want to down him, but where and when these fights, I don't know. I wasn't there.
Kumite just is going back to like when I first talked about it in Black Belt magazine. It's a learning experience. It's a rite of passage. It's not a contest about putting butts in seats. Okay, that's really important to understand.
Being in the military and doing this and that, and with the FBI and all this, I don't know. I wasn't there. I don't know any of that. I don't believe everything that I hear. A lot of people don't believe, as I said, Vic Moore beat Bruce Lee.
Click here, by the way, to get more of the whole Bruce Lee Vic Moore story, told by Vic Moore, of course. And for even more Grandmaster Vic Moore, click here, check out the playlist, and here's all the videos related to him, a lot of interviews here.